Someone shorted oil 3 minutes before they announced the Hormuz Strait was reopened. They made $800 million on the trade, and now suddenly this morning Hormuz is back closed. You see what's happening now?
Ladies and gentlemen, one of the primary reasons why I'm so political and I lean left and progressive is simply because I grew up a young man wanting to be a successful businessman, and I was told this whole cockamamie scheme of just work hard, align yourself with the right people, and you too can prosper, when folks, that was all the banana in the tailpipe. And I learned this all from white Republican males. In this video, we're going to go through how not only do the American people get screwed once, they get screwed twice. And this is something I constantly say in my videos when it comes to the excuses rich people use to fleece the American people, use socialism, and then tell you not to do it. Then we've got a video on how Jared Kushner is over there making deals and making billions. And who wants to bet that he has something to do with the money made in the oil scheme? Let's get it, people.
I'm up early for the dealers come out. Everybody is outside till the killers come out. You ain't eating, you just act full. I'm impactful. Dozen funerals in a month. I got that full. I will give it to niggas in all rap forms. Ignatius out right now on all platforms.
That's right, people. You in the building with the all knowing, all loving, all feeling, all seeing, all powerful. Little light tap today. Just damn all everything. Sexy as hell host of this channel, me, Lamont Tyson. Thank you for coming here. I just got finished day trading, folks. I'm back to my green streak. And if you don't follow me, the channel to follow me on for my day trading is Win by Losing in Stocks, because every loss is something you can win from by studying. And the link to get a one-on-one with me about my trading system is right there, calendly.com/Lamont Tyson. I am not trading my own money. I'm using Trade to Pool so that every time I take a trade, I'm not feeling emotional as though I'm losing my own money. The main tenet of this video is to just highlight how corporations and rich people love to tell you to do one thing, then they do something different. So Trump just lost a couple of weeks ago that his tariffs were illegal, which we all knew. And now corporations are going to get a refund. And on some of those corporations, Trump is threatening people not to take the money. So we've got a twofold problem, ladies and gentlemen. Number one, we've got a president acting like a dictator. And normally the Republicans would be out throwing tea in the fucking rivers. They're not doing that with Trump. And number two, the money that these corporations are going to get back, who do you think paid that extra tariff cost? Me and you. So have you heard any corporation come out and say they're going to give us our fucking money back? No. This is another way we get screwed, which is what I try to educate you all on, how the markets work. And I will break it down in depth after we hear my boy Dean Withers drop the skinny on what's going on with these refunds.
This is crazy. The Trump administration has been forced to pay over $166 billion in refunds to American companies. This is the largest refund in human history, and it's being paid for by you, the American taxpayer. So Trump is being forced to issue these refunds because of his tariffs, which were ruled illegal by the Supreme Court. For those that don't know, a tariff is a tax on an import. So when these tariffs were in place, if an American company wanted to import the goods they sell or the raw materials required to produce the goods that they sell into America, they would have to pay our government a chunk of change just to get them across the border. But because they were ruled illegal, all that money they paid is now going to go back to them, plus interest. But here's the issue. American companies didn't just eat the cost of Trump's tariffs, they passed it off to the American people. This study conducted by Goldman Sachs says that by the end of 2025, 55% of Trump's tariff tax was paid for directly by the American consumers, which is approximately $91 billion that isn't being given back to us, the American people, but is rather being given back to the American companies that took it from us in the first place. So in summation, Trump implemented an illegal tax that was paid for by American companies, but then the American companies passed majority of that tax off to the American people. And now that Trump is refunding that illegal tax, he's giving 100% of the proceeds to the American companies, including the $91 billion directly paid for by the American people. That's what wealth redistribution from the working class to the ruling elite looks like. That's all for now. I'll keep you updated as we learn more.
And folks, that's just one iteration of the bullshit. How many of you been following me since I told you whenever the government prints money into the marketplace, that's another scheme that rich people and corporations use to fleece you, and in other words, socialize that money. And if you haven't, you're about to hear the shit again. Number one, whenever there's a crisis going on in the world and the powers that be feel like they need to print more money for whatever the reason, that is the perfect excuse for corporations to say, you know what? Since there's more money floating around in America and in the world, we have to increase the price of our goods. Sounds good on paper, doesn't it, people? Any Republican economist would say, yeah, that's the truth. But here's what they don't tell you. Who gets that money that's printed out there, ladies and gentlemen? Do you think anytime you hear they're printing money, do you go get that money? No. The bank gets it. Corporations get it. The rich that are in place get it. And then they get the money up front because they got the printed money. Then they get the money on the back end because they get to raise inflation and say that now you have to pay the price of these goods that they inflated and you ain't got shit. See what I'm saying? You see why I'm mad? You see why that makes me upset? And Republicans would love you and everybody else to not be smart, to not get education, to understand how this shit works, so that you just be beholden to whatever God you believe in and to the lies that they tell you on Fox News. And so these are just two examples of how the rich fleece you, how the rich tell you not to want socialism, but they take full advantage of the shit every single day. And this is about to be another example of them taking advantage of socialism. We paid for the cost of those tariffs. And I've only seen one company actually come out and say they might do something to give back to the American people, and that's Costco. Costco, folks, sadly, well, not sadly, but goodly, is a progressive company. They've always been ahead of paying people above minimum wage, where everybody else does not want to do that. Costco is also doing this thing where a lot of their Costco centers where they're building sky-rise apartments on top of it that's going to be lower than fair market value rent. Only company I've heard that said they're going to come out and give a refund. And so please share this video with your friends, because I'm telling you, maybe this will get the movement started where companies will say, you know what, people, we're going to give you refunds. We're going to give you deals. We're going to have a complete no tax day. It's what they should do. Back in North Carolina in 2012, we used to have it where for back to school, they would have a whole day where you ain't pay no tax. Well, considering $91 billion people paid and we're not getting that shit back and we're hurting because Trump is destroying the economy, I say every business that benefits from getting that money back needs to have a full-fledged tax-free weekend. Come in and shop as much as you want. You don't pay no taxes on what you buy. Let me know what you guys think. But are you learning how this system works? Are you learning how Republicans pull the wool over your eyes and have you believing that the only way to prosper is to give up all your power to the 1%? Democracy was never created so that one tiny fraction of society has all the power. It was created so that power is distributed equally, which is a word that Republicans hate when it comes to diversity, equity, and inclusion. Last story we're going to cover comes from my homegirl. I like to call her the Rule, almost like she's Ja Rule, but she's Stephanie Rule. And she's talking about more of this corruption with what's going on with the oil, stocks, Jared Kushner, and Fuckface's best friend. Take a look at this.
I just want to take a minute, because as we keep discussing these peace talks, I think we need to press pause to highlight one of the prominent players in all of these talks, Donald Trump's son-in-law, Jared Kushner. Don't let this fly by you. He is not a government employee. He has not received government clearance or congressional approval. The president has appointed him a special envoy for peace. So is he doing this as a patriotic favor to our great nation? Before you answer that question, there's something I think you should know about what could be a glaring conflict of interest. There are many reports that at the same time Kushner is trying to secure a peace deal in the Middle East, he's also trying to raise billions of dollars for his own investment firm, Affinity Partners. According to a regulatory filing seen by Bloomberg, as of 2026, the firm has raised over $6 billion. About 99% of the firm's assets, that's the $6 billion, belong to foreign investors, with key backers being Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and the UAE. So now, during a war where Jared Kushner is a key diplomatic negotiator knee-deep in Gaza and Iran, the New York Times is reporting that he's actively also trying to raise another $5 billion, and a lot of it from those very countries in the Middle East. That is according to 5 different people with knowledge of the talks. In a statement, the company said Kushner, quote, does not intend to take in any additional capital while volunteering for the government. But what he has not done is file the standard disclosure forms. The White House says he doesn't have to because he's just acting as a private citizen. Meanwhile, Jared's team is maintaining that he is well positioned to be a chief negotiator because of his experience and trusted relationships. And I want to be clear, experience and trusted relationships, key for winning diplomacy. Like billions and billions of dollars from the Saudis and personal family ties to Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Key relationships that Jared has personally. I thought you should know.
See why they want you dumb, ladies and gentlemen? You see why? Jared Kushner is over there making millions of dollars. Iran has enemies surrounding its border because Iran basically controls the Strait of Hormuz. They can choke off 20% of the world's oil supply. So all of the Middle East enemies that hate Iran would love to have someone who they can pay to force the strongest country in the world militarily to do something about it. And y'all don't see that's a conflict of interest? All you hear on Fox News is we don't want Iran to have weapons of mass destruction. We don't want Iran to have nuclear capabilities. We don't want none of that shit. When Iran had a deal with the Obama administration, and guess who came in and tore that shit up just so we had to go back to war again? Fuckface Mick Kankles, Trump. And they're spending all this money over there. Now, keep in mind, folks, Jared Kushner is not the only one getting deals done. Kushner is probably the face for every American who wants to get in bed with the Middle East. Now, what I always try to figure out is how is it that you have all these flyover country, bleeding heart, I love America, patriotic MFers that claim they love this country and America first. All of a sudden now they like anybody who's Saudi Arabian or Middle Eastern that's working with Trump when they still hate us. They love money, but they don't care nothing about this country. And Kushner is representing everybody who wants to do business with them. You want me to tell you another person who wants to do business with them? The Ellison family. If you guys don't know, David Ellison, the son of Larry Ellison, runs Paramount. He just bought or is scheduled to buy Warner Brothers. Scheduled to buy him. Guess who's putting investment money into Warner Brothers? Saudi Arabia, the Crown Prince. That is going to completely affect how film is made, how it shapes pop culture, how anything might not get made that's American, because when there's that much money put into something, you're going to have a say in it. And so, people, this is why I continue to argue with you. Stop letting the rich set the fucking narrative. Stop letting the rich tell you that you should not be using America's money as if you don't know what to do with it, as if they're the only ones who know what to do with it. My constant frame of comparison is going to be this. Why is it that Amazon should move their big ass into your small community and get millions in years of tax breaks when you've had mom and pop small companies been running and upholding that community for decades, barely making it, can't get a dime in tax relief or a dime in upfront money? That money could be just as well suited by them as it would be Amazon. They could expand, they could damn near do everything Amazon could do, only they are the ones who've been uplifting the community and should be paid for it. So, people, I just did a quick video because I want you all to stay involved, stay informed, continue to follow me, turn on my notifications, because you never know when I might pop up with a video. And the whole premise of why I'm in politics, am I for equality? Yes. White people who are like supremacists, nationalists. They don't realize oftentimes that the reason we have issues with financial equality is because they don't stress the issue of social equality and social justice, because all that leads to financial equality. Whereas they think that the stories that the rich people tell them to peddle about immigrants taking your jobs, brown people taking your job, black women taking your jobs, is not true. And right now, what's taking their jobs is A, the fuck I. But yet Trump and his Republicans keep being able to blame it on migrants, immigrants, brown and black people, and educated people, folks. I don't understand how they can MAGA can wrap their mind around, I hate education. But the ones who are actually telling them to hate education are the most educated people. The Amazons, the Elon Musk, the OpenAIs. These are the people taking your jobs, and they got you looking over here for a distraction, and you continue to fall for the hot poker in the asshole, not wanting to better your education. So, folks, don't forget to super chat your boy now, because I am trying to grow this channel. And I am trying to spread this message of, if we can all get to a point where everybody gets a fair shake at socialism, using money, getting money, we could probably all build the better future that we want. A shining example of that is what Mom Donnie is doing in New York. And we need to lean into more Democrats who are not corporate Democrats and are strictly about the people. That's going to do it for this video. Don't forget to like the video. Please comment, subscribe. Go get yourself a life game. Let me know which one of my shorts you like the best. Please share this video. Always follow me in my journey. Again, I am doing stocks every day at 9:30 on my other channel, Win by Losing in Stocks. I took a win today. I actually traded Oracle today. And I love when I win money on the companies I hate, like Oracle, because it feels like I'm Robin Hood helping to pay Peter or something like that. And so follow me if you want to learn my trading system, ladies and gentlemen. Here's the link. Not only do you get to talk to me for an hour or a half, but you also get a full printout of the system I'm using. And I show you the different organizations that'll let you trade their money so that you don't have to risk your own capital. And until that next sexy as hell video, I'll leave on this. Hurt Balloon said, leftism is slavery. Well, if the American people aren't slaves to the inflated prices that Trump has put in place now, there ain't no such thing as slavism. I'm out.
Somebody's bleach blonde, bad built butch body. Somebody's bleach blonde, bad built butch body. Somebody's bleach blonde, bad built butch body.